The blockbuster film American Sniper hitting the bullseye at the box office, opening up a lot of issues for all of us. And one of those issues is the challenges facing our heroes who come home. It's something the film star Bradley Cooper recently spoke to us about.
There's always one clear idea that we always had, which is it's a character study, and Chris is a charismatic guy, and his story, though, serves for everybody's story who has to deal with the fact of going over it, as they say, in theater, and the struggles that men and women, military service men and women have to do. People are coming back, and we have to take care of them.
So how do we take care of our returning heroes? With us now, Jessie Jane Duff, a retired gunnery sergeant for the U.S. Marine Corps and now a senior fellow at the London Center for Policy Research. Jessie, welcome back to the show. I'm going to get to this help in a second, but first I have to get to the outrage, and I guess that you probably share it with me. So we just saw, it's a billboard advertising this film. Somebody scrawled murder on the cover of it. What do you say to that? This is not part of the advertisement, okay? Somebody went out there with a can of paint and painted this on there.
Well, it's despicable that people would even try to compare themselves to some of the most phenomenal people on this planet, the United States military. We have more professionalism. We have more capability mentally and physically than the average individual in this society even has to offer. I was a recruiter, and you would be amazed at how many people we had to turn away who couldn't pass the physical or mental, let alone the medical backgrounds just required to get in. The aptitude tests are phenomenal. So this is obviously somebody of ignorance who obviously has a very demented and diminished mentality about what our military offers our society and protecting this country.
Well, let me reference somebody who probably couldn't pass those tests, and that's Michael Moore. He has written a couple, he's totally backed off of what he was saying. His original tweet on the movie was this: my uncle killed by a sniper in World War II. We were taught snipers were cowards, will shoot you in the back. Snipers aren't heroes. And invaders, he wrote, this is not me, this is Michael Moore, okay, people? Invaders are worse. Then he comes back the next day and says this: I never tweeted one word about American Sniper. I said my uncle killed by sniper in World War II. Only cowards would do that to him, others. What's your reaction to that?
You know, I have to apologize to people watching that I'm smiling because I just find him so worthless. The last time this man did anything physical was probably in his 2-year-old toddler tumbling class. I mean, his idea of a mental challenge is sending out a tweet and then trying to aggravate people because he thrives in the attention. He is yet to probably even know an American person who served honorably in this country, who has the physical and mental standards that far surpass his capabilities he demonstrates every single day. I doubt he's ever visited wounded warriors or even visited the military warriors that have died in service of this country.
Good point. Seth Rogen doing the same thing, heavily critical of the first day. American Sniper kind of reminds me of the movie that's showing in the third act of Inglourious Bastards. Then he comes back again, dialing it back and saying, I wasn't comparing the two. Big difference between comparing and reminding. Apple reminds me of oranges. Can't compare them, though. It sounds like both of these guys had it handed to them.
Well, yes, they sound very much like ignorance runs deep in their community, whoever they circulate with. I doubt our military personnel.
Okay, they probably don't know anybody wearing the uniform. I want to get you, though, to this issue of helping people when they come back and making the transition. This, you know, I've talked to so many people about this. Jessie, what do you say to people who might want to help? What should they do?
Absolutely. Okay, so first we have to recognize not everybody has served necessarily in combat, but yet every single person who has served has a tough time transitioning. And the biggest reasons is we're leaving a lifestyle, we're leaving a culture. It took me a while to reinvent myself, which I've obviously done, but it took time. The reality is we work on bases, posts, installations, submarines and ships, and often are in the sky flying above. We don't have normal jobs. We don't have normal shifts. We shop at PXs, BXs, NEXs, and commissaries. So our language is different. And what we struggle with is just getting out and trying to figure out how to write a resume that makes an employer understand how versatile and how intelligent we are, because we're still using the language that we see as being effective with our military personnel. So that's a big hurdle for all of us.
Jessie, you made a great transition. Thank you for your service. Thanks for coming on tonight. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.